is Wicked Roadie, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hello, my name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, it is Thanksgiving Day that we are launching this. So I don't know about you, Mary, but I am a big fan of stuffing. Plain stuffing.
Really?
I do not like fruits in it.
You're not you're like a stovetop kind of guy?
I am stovetop all day long. I am fine with that. Even like Willow Tree Chicken Farm, Willow Tree, they have their regular stuffing so long as it does not have fruit in it.
I didn't know people put fruit in stuffing.
Let me tell you a story, Mary.
Please.
There once was a boy who went to his girlfriend's house and was convinced that this was the best place for him to go for Thanksgiving. Now, I was thankful about a lot of things.
Yes.
Not about the stuffing that year.
Oh, no.
I took a bite of stuffing and it crunched.
Ooh.
It crunched. Stuffing's not supposed to crunch!
No, it's not.
There was pear. There were pieces of chunks of pear in it. Now, listen, I'm sure some people really enjoyed it, and that's all well and good. But you know what? I wasn't happy.
I can appreciate that. You know what I'm a stickler about?
What are you saying?
Cranberry sauce.
Okay, so it's not the jelly. Do you want the...
No, I like the jellied cranberry sauce.
So, right.
I don't like it when people come and it's like cranberries and then they got oranges in it and it's all bumpy and everything.
It's weird
I don't know what to do with
that. It looks
that.
like some kind of concoction that was left over from Halloween.
That's
No,
it. That's
take it away.
Exactly.
Take it away.
Exactly.
Take it away.
Just give me the stuff from the can. But
Regular
aside from
stuff.
that...
So if you're listening to us post-meal, if we are putting you to sleep as the tryptophan is doing its magic through your brain and your body, thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow is Black Friday.
Yes, it is.
What time are you waking up? Are you just not going to bed? Are you going to stay up all night? And
I do not participate in Black Friday.
Thank me too.
So I live in like Black Friday Central. I've now
Yes,
moved
you
to
do.
Western Cranston. So I live right in between Garden City and Route 2 in Warwick.
There you go.
So I don't think I actually could leave, even if I wanted to, Ben. I think it would be traffic jams up and down every single street. But yeah, I'm not really big into Black Friday. I think I did it one year. My mom really wanted a popcorn popper. And after I stood in line for about 40 minutes, I thought, is the extra $5 that I'm saving on a popcorn popper really worth it? And the answer was no.
No. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I just got done working 15 years in retail. Now,
Yes.
Granted, I was in marketing and, promotions and events and whatnot, but Black Friday was an all hands on deck day.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was at Cardi's and we had some really great deals, but you didn't have to be up first thing in the morning to get there. Now,
Sure.
Sometimes we did offer a certain percentage off, or there was some kind of like an incentive before noon or 3. The earlier the shop, the more. But I mean, I honestly, I know they have some great deals going on there. But for the most part, I think everybody with Cyber Monday and everything else, you can really pick and choose. And I love what Benny's does. They say sleep in. We'll open at the regular time.
I
we'll
love
be
it.
here.
That's awesome.
And the prices will be the same. So it will be, that's just a wonderful thing. I think they were just paging us.
They were like, good job, everyone.
Clean up on aisle 17.
A lot of my family on Blake's side works at Dunkin' Donuts.
Sure.
And so it is a big thing. They all have to work Black Friday.
yeah.
Even Thanksgiving, my husband goes in and they're up very early because one of their stores is at the Rent Them outlets.
Yes. Yeah. It's a gorgeous location. I love it.
is.
I've stopped there a number of times, whip out the laptop, have a coffee, use the Wi-Fi. It's a beautiful thing. So
Yeah.
if you're listening, Blake, keep on going. Keep brewing that coffee.
And
keep
then,
brewing
of
that
course,
coffee.
Small Business Saturday.
That is the one I love.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one I love. And, really, that's the one that benefits more of our stores the most, when it comes
In
down
our
to
economy.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially around here, between Benny's. Benny's is a small business.
It is.
Cardi's is a small business,
Mm-hmm.
even though the stores are big. Even down, downtown Providence, there's a lot of those small shops, on the east side.
Mm-hmm.
And even some of the events that we're going to talk about in a little bit are in communities like down in Wickford or Westerly. There are so many great small business shops. And, I learned a new term last week called micro business.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, you and I both fall into it, yourself with, Tall Mom Media and Mary and Blake Media.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have, there's a certain monetary threshold and people threshold and you're considered a micro business. And I'm the same way with the marketing consulting. So it's and even with Wicked Roadie, this is another small business. Even though we reach the masses, we are the podcast that reaches the beaches that are very cold. But yeah, Small Business Saturday is going to be a great day. Lots of wonderful businesses around. Get out, shop, and support. We've got some other ideas. So if you're just tuned in while you're on the road, maybe you've got the earbuds in while you're waiting in line to wrestle somebody for that blender or toaster or whatever you want, or you're just getting errands done, or if you're just, lounging around and letting your pants self-expand. If there's something that piques your interest, don't get up. Don't pop any buttons. We've got all the information and links for you right in our show notes or by going to our website, which is wickedroadiepodcast.com.
All right, Ben, what do we have that's going on that is wicked interesting this week?
It's wicked interesting this week, and it's wicked interesting for the rest of the winter. Woo-hoo! It is the Alex and Ani City Center down in Providence, Rhode Island. They are open. They have ice, and it is a great way to burn off some turkey calories.
I would agree with that.
They have a lot of events that happen throughout the season, and they will actually be open today, which is Thanksgiving, some special hours, and then they have their open season food truck festival on Saturday from 11:30 to 2:30. Then the following week, there's the tree lighting ceremony. If you've ever been down there for it, it's a lot of fun. They bring in the school choirs. There's the people from the city. There's the people from different TV stations and radio stations. They have a beautiful tree right there. And it's just such a great picturesque moment. And the staff down there are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. They really do a great job. They'll help you learn how to skate. They have lessons if you want to take lessons during the week. A lot of people will skate on their lunch hour if they work in downtown Providence. It is a great workout, and they will go.
Brilliant idea.
They will go ice skating a couple times a week. There's a few little places to get food around there, and there's always usually a food truck right down the walk there on Kennedy Plaza. But it's such a great venue we have in Providence, the Alex and Ani City Center. It's bigger than Rockefeller.
I did not know that.
The ice rink is bigger than the one at Rockefeller Plaza. Mm-hmm. So look at that.
So you don't even need to go to New York.
Absolutely. Rhode Island's bigger than New York. In one.
That.
There you go. And like I said, there's so many great places around there. You have different coffee shops around the area, so you can warm up. You can take a walk down the basin of where the water fire is. There's some great restaurants over there. So this will probably turn into a wicked romantic at some point in the future.
At some point, I agree.
But so that's what's wicked interesting. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring you every week, the special Thanksgiving edition of Wicked Fun in the 401.
We're kicking things off this week with the Westerly Home for the Holidays. This is going to be a fun day taking place on Saturday. There's going to be wreath making workshops, a visit from Frozen's Anna and Kristoff. You know those characters?
Let it snow, let it go.
That's right.
Is it Let It Snow or Let It Go?
Let It Go. But I think, Let It Snow would totally work as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something in there.
There's going to be hay rides going down in Westerly. Exactly.
Awesome.
The tree lighting takes place at 4:30, nice and early.
Yep.
Caroling by the Chorus of Westerly, who we mentioned last week.
Right. We've been talking about that. They had a huge concert, and I heard some amazing things about it.
Awesome. Well, they're a great ensemble. And so there's also going to be a special story time for the little ones, edible tree crafts. So basically, you can make and decorate, little trees that are, I believe, will be cookies.
If anybody needs help eating them after they decorate, I will volunteer my services.
I'm really excited about this event. We were talking about how great our little state is. So whether you're in the middle of the state, the southern part, or the eastern part, there's just so many different things going on. So Westerly's Home for the Holidays, you can check it on out. Lots of fun things. And an early tree lighting if you have little ones like myself, as I said.
Right. And so that covers us down in Westerly. Here's another W Town, Warren. It's the Town Holiday Festival. We talked about it last week. It is Friday and Saturday. It will kick off Friday evening at 5 p.m. And, there's all sorts of great activities that will be happening at different locations. So if you go to the link on our page, we'll give you will get you to their Facebook page where they'll have all the different events that are happening. I mean, there's fire juggling and fire performances. They'll have the Toe Jam Puppet Band. Big fan of big fan of that. Yeah, Reese and Felicity love that band. They do such a great job too. They will have the march, the procession led by the Mount Hope High School Marching Band. It's candlelight. It goes up Baker Street, and then they go on to Main Street, and they'll have a little ceremony where they will count down and throw the switch. They'll light up all the colorful lights that line downtown Main Street and the poles up on the north end of Water Street. This is really a cool, small business. You can hit all the shops because a lot of the shops will be open on Friday and Saturday, extra hours to accommodate all the extra people coming in.
Perfect.
But again, hit our website. We'll give you the link so you can find out where to park and all that other fun stuff.
You can also check out In Down City. So here in Providence, you can celebrate Christmas. They're going to be having a big celebration on Small Business Saturday. You can spend the afternoon with a local holiday spirit with live music, delicious foods. Santa's also going to be in the capital city. So lots of fun things. The Providence Flea, which was a big attraction during the summer, they're going to be having their holiday market along Westminster Street from about 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. with lots of unique handmade items, vintage, holiday decorations, and goods. So there's going to be a little something for everyone on your list. And as we were just mentioning, really supporting the local economy is a great thing to do, especially this time of year. Santa Claus is going to be there at Grant's Block, greeting all of the children, and you can get a complimentary Polaroid photo. Who gets Polaroids anymore?
I was just going to say that. I'm like, wow, they have an inside link to something. And do you shake it first? Do you hide it in the it's I was always confused.
And then Santa's going to be handing out, get this, little small tote bags filled with a sapling spruce tree for you to plant either in your indoor gardens or in your yard. So it's like a green Christmas.
Green
truly.
All the way around.
Amen.
Absolutely.
So lots of fun food trucks, as I said. And there's going to be the youth choir from the Trinity Academy of Performing Arts will be performing, as well as the Generations Barbershop Quartet. They are phenomenal. I have seen them. So that takes place on Saturday, November 26th.
There's another great event happening on Sunday down in Newport, Rhode Island at the Hotel Viking. It is presented by Artesians, and it's the Artesians by the Bay Holiday Fine Craft Show. It is on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the lovely historic Hotel Viking in Newport. So you can peruse the premier selection of handcrafted gifts offered by 40 plus talented artisans. Over 40 artisans will be there. Not people over 40 years old. There may be some young ones. There might be some old ones. But over 40 talented artisans will be there from all around New England.
What do these people make?
They make like soy candles, Nautica seashell art, baskets, weaving, photography, soaps, pottery, glass, quilts, fabric arts, fine jewelry, woodcraft, honey products. Honey is a great gift, by the way.
Tell me why. I love honey, but tell me why it's a great gift.
It does not expire.
Done.
It does not expire. And if you get local honey, it helps big time when allergy season rolls around, especially with the pollen.
Yeah.
So if you start doing that now and you start building up, you build up a tolerance and you will have to take less Zyrtec in April.
Sounds like the best gift ever.
It's free admission over there at the Hotel Viking in Newport. Beautiful area. And, just strolling down Bellevue and you can see all the mansions and all the great things that are already set up. And now it all kicks into full gear.
You know what I like about this event is that it's indoors because it's at the Hotel Viking. So say you go to one of the events on Saturdays or even Friday that is outdoors and you're there for the carolers and for the singing and you're all bundled up. But by Sunday, you might be a little chilled to the bone.
Yes. Yeah, this is a good one to do inside. And, if it is just you and a loved one or a friend, I happen to know that Hotel Viking has a phenomenal spa.
Really?
Maybe you book a massage. That's not free.
Hey, no, that part isn't.
That's not free. But the admission to the Artisans Craft Fair is. And
that's my favorite part about shopping is when I say, I'm going to buy something for you and then do something for me.
Absolutely.
And then something for you and maybe a massage for me.
Absolutely. What do you think is the more popular gift nowadays for people our age? I mean, we're both in our mid-30s.
Yeah.
I've heard so many friends telling me that they are doing, you guys just bought a house, so
yes.
Anything is great. But experiences.
I agree.
Everybody is switching to the experience lifestyle kind of events. And, to me, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But I still like the opening something or getting something rather to give to, my friends or my wife, or obviously the nieces and nephews. They've got to get something better than a gift card because, Uncle Ben was lazy all the past 15 years. It's like, here's a gift card, kid. Have fun.
I always love, I know it sounds cheesy, but I love wine. Like that's, I think, a go-to staple, especially for people our age. It's something easy to bring, especially if it's local wine. If it's by one of the local vineyards. Once again, you're supporting the local economy. And even if you don't necessarily like to drink the wine, you can then cook with it.
Right. Yeah. You
so
have
it's really
many
useful.
options. That's awesome. Yeah. No,
How about you? What would you like to get?
Oh, I don't know. So many things. Maybe a few more GoPro cameras for carpooling with Ben. I don't know. This have 17 angles.
But I'm a big experience person. Do you like any experiences?
I like doing experiences. It's funny because our honeymoon was Susan's more the adventurous one. I'm more the, hey, I just want to go somewhere and relax one.
Amen.
So we did 4 days of adventure and we did like zip lining. We took a tour of a coffee place, which she says was for me, but I know she really had a great time doing it too. Where they make actually, harvest the coffee beans and the cocoa and the chocolate and everything. It was amazing how much you learned there. So I like both. And to be honest with you, my friends that go to ski lodges, they invite me all the time. I don't ski. I'll go with you. I'll be in the hot tub. I'll be at the spa.
Brilliant.
That's my kind of experience.
I do know that places like Al Forno do kind of cooking classes.
Yeah.
So that's something new that I might be gifting to some people because I know for myself, I don't know if it's our generation. You know how to cook. I have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. And I've talked about this many times.
I just watch YouTube videos.
See, I need someone to actually show me. So I think cooking classes like that at local, Johnson & Wales does it all the time. So they'll have like even dessert making classes. So that is another great gift.
Good idea. Well, I like all those different things. And again, if you need the links to any of this stuff, it's all in our show notes. So that is just, you find it all there. It's all compiled nice and neatly for you.
This week's Wicked Family Friendly event is Bring Your Own Improv's family friendly comedy show. It takes place on Friday night from 7 to 8:30. So if you have young ones, especially like school-aged kids, I guess, who this wouldn't be too late for them to stay up, you're going to want to head on over to the Warwick Museum of Art. Tickets are only $8, which is totally affordable, especially if you are bringing, your kids. You're having a few tickets to buy. So Bring Your Own Improv is in its 9th season. It's an interactive improv show, and it welcomes voluntary audience participation. You can participate in one of 3 ways. You can applaud at the scenes you like.
Okay.
You can yell out fantastic suggestions, or if you're ready, you can jump on up and get involved on stage.
Well, this sounds like a lot of fun.
Right? Have you ever been to an improv event?
I've been to a few different ones. Our good friend Amy Ponce from Light 105, she is a talented comedian. She's funny. She's hilarious.
Awesome.
And she has been part of a few different improv groups. I know Kim Kalunian from WPRI. She has done a number of comedy. The situational comedy is just so great.
It really
I love
is.
it. It's so much better than a lot of the sitcoms where the joke's coming. When you get the creativity, to me, that's talent. That's art. Don't get me wrong. The people on TV, they're very talented and they make a lot of money. But I'm talking about that, Brian Phillips from Cat Country 98.1, Brian Mulhern rather. He's brilliant. He comes up with things on the fly. So that kind of improv, BYOI, bring your own improv. Now you can bring your kids involved.
Yeah, so you know that the subject matter is going to be easygoing. But think about it. If you have some kids, some kids are really, really funny. And kids can improv. That's half the time what they do when they play pretend. Yep. So they can jump on up or they can yell out ideas. I've often gone to improv shows, which really are late. They start around 10 o'clock at night. So even if you don't have kids, if you just want to go to an early improv show and have a good time, check it on out at the Warwick Museum of Art.
Madonna, you bring in the holidays in just such a special way. No matter where you are in Rhode Island, you're never more than 18 and a half miles from either Massachusetts or Connecticut. So we've got a couple great events that are just over the border. Mary, what do you have for us down in the southern, western area of our state?
Oh, yeah. Head on down to Mystic to see the lighted boat parade.
I had to think of where that was. I'm like, east, west, north.
Where is this?
So it's in Mystic, so it's right off of 95.
It's super easy to get to. Mystic, of course, a lot of people know it because of the aquarium.
Sure, the beluga
whale. You head
whale.
on down, what it might be like exit 93 or somewhere.
Yeah,
it's in the top 90s. I mean, it's really just over the border.
Right.
But you can get in the holiday spirit in downtown historic Mystic. Mystic is one of my favorite places to go to. It is so quaint, so fun, and you can go on over. There's going to be all of these boats, which are lit up. I mean, I'm going to show some pictures on our website because we've seen, a lot of trees are going to be lit up. We're talking about the towns that are lit up.
Yep.
But for being by the water, it's really a unique experience to see these boats actually lit up. So the holiday festivities actually begin on Saturday at 2 p.m. Santa Claus is going to be arriving at the Mystic River Park on a boat. On another boat. So we love when Santa comes on boats. So children can go see him and listen to holiday wishes, which is really cool. And then at 6 p.m., the official Christmas tree is going to be lit and the annual lighted boat parade will begin just a few minutes after that.
Those are so much fun.
Right?
They're so much. I can't even, because you could see everything because of the clearness of the water. You don't have to, fight with trees or anything, or you can just line the whole harbor there and you can see everything even when it goes further down past you just see all the lights.
And people are going to go all out because this is a judged lighting competition.
Oh, well, if there's competition involved, since, is there a prize?
The prizes are going to be, I know that people will be awarded things for like the most charismatic crew.
Okay.
So it's not even just your decor. The people on board need to be excited.
Of course.
An innovative vessel. So that's really cool. The best dressed vessel and Miss Mystic Vessel of Grandeur.
Wow.
The only cost to enter is a donation of a toy to the Pawcatuck Neighborhood Center. So spectators are encouraged to bring a toy donation as well.
Perfect.
And there is a mailbox for Santa in front of Mystical Toys after Thanksgiving Day. That's open. So in case you do go down with the kids and they want to drop off their letter, it's going to be a really cool special mailbox just for Santa. And Santa will write you back if you include your address.
Oh, that's so great. I mean, think about that. You can bring your kids down there and they're going to get a letter back from Santa. I mean, confirmation.
Yes.
I mean, old school way, not in text, not in an RSVP on a Facebook event.
Snail mail.
Absolutely. Well, there's another great way you can meet Santa. And for some people, it may be a dream come true, because if you've ever dreamed of walking on the same field as that 4-time Super Bowl champion team that plays in Foxborough, the New England Patriots, you might have heard of them once or twice.
I think I've heard about them.
Yeah. They are opening up the field on Saturday, November 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. and you can get your photo taken with Santa on Gillette Stadium Field.
That's out of control. That is, as you said, so many dreams coming true.
Now listen, because there is such a big place and there's going to be so many people, they have a few different ways that you can get involved, because you need to help them out as well. Their big charity is Cradles to Crayons, Massachusetts. So you can bring a new or gently used hat and glove set or a nice coat for children, or you can donate $20 to Cradles for Crayon, and that one admission grants you field access for up to 4 people and 1 photo per family. Now, you can drop off the donations right there in the plaza when you come in. They'll have all the directions there. And, of course, the event is weather permitting. So be sure to check out our page and get the links so you can find out. There is only service animals allowed, too, just so you know. And they will not admit anybody after 4 p.m. So, like I said, get all the details. I have had so many friends that have taken place in this, and it's very well organized. And the reason why it's organized is because they have the rules. I mean, think about it. Almost 75,000 people fill that place on a game day. It is big. There is a potential for a lot of different things to go awry, but they have all the rules spelled out. You can find the link. Your photo will be available online for free download after the event.
Talk about a perfect photo for your holiday card.
I mean, they have the field board in the back, with the logos and everything. I mean,
that's really
just
cool.
to get on the field itself, and you never know. Maybe you find Julian Edelman's ego laying on the field as well. You never know.
Oh my gosh.
this is usually our giveaway music, so your ears may have perked up and say, "Oh, what am I going to get my hands on this time?" Well, we are going to switch it up for the next few weeks. We are calling it Give It Away, the Seasons of Giving. So we're going to give you some different places where you can make donations, whether it be for a toy or whatever it is. So here's a few ideas right off the bat. A great tradition to start with your family and kids. U.S. Marines Toys for Tots. It is the most basic, but is the biggest one that's out there, and they need your help. You can drop off toys at any Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses locations. You can go to Benny's. You can go to Benny's and buy the toy and then bring it to Cardi's.
Nice.
Or you can go down right now this weekend, specifically Safe Sea, which is the marine towing place out of North Kingston and the Wickford area. They are wrapping up their 2-week drive. They've had a drive going on with a handful of marinas in the South County area. And I got word that Santa Claus will be taking over one of the Safe Sea rescue boats on Saturday, and we'll be going to the marinas, picking them up, and then getting them up to the Marines there. So this is a great way to get involved, give something back, teach your kids how to give. It is so important. It's that lesson that, you know what? Something good is coming, but in order for that to happen, we need to make sure everybody's happy. So it's a great tradition to start with your family again. And we're going to give you more locations as the season goes on. But you got another one that's really interesting here.
Yeah, All That Matters is a great holistic yoga place where they actually have 3 locations. There's one in South Kingstown, there's one in Providence, and there's also one in East Greenwich. And on Saturday, their 1 p.m. to 2:30 classes are going to be free if you donate a toy for Toys for Tots.
Perfect.
So
that's great.
The thing with Toys for Tots is you need to bring in a unwrapped toy, a brand new toy.
Yep.
But really, I mean, if you're already out shopping, it's so easy to pick one of these things up. There's going to be amazing sales going on this weekend. So to pick up a couple of them, and this is just another way, once again, to just honor ways to give and receive. And I really think that it's cool that, All That Matters is saying, you give us a toy and we will give you a free yoga lesson.
Yeah, no, that's huge. And it's and yoga is a great way to, keep yourself healthy over the winter season, especially, not just for the stress of the holidays, because let's face it, it is stressful. But even beyond that, when you're outside, the ground's a little slippery, it just helps build that core strength. And, it really is a wonderful opportunity for you to get involved, take advantage of somebody else's kindness and generosity, and pass it on.
Here's a quick question for you about Toys for Tots. So, of course, I've done it. I've donated. And then how do the Marines, so they actually go out and they give it to these children?
The Marines work with local agencies such as the Salvation Army. They work with local community groups, and they identify the needs in that way. And believe it or not, this is something cool. And the reason why I have the experience is because I did this 15 years with Cardi's. We were actually able to get the Marines in Providence to extend the date, because they used to stop all collections usually around December 10th. Well, we were able to get them to accept donations right up until December 23rd. They had people on standby. They had the list. We work with the Rhode Island State Police. We work with different fire departments because there's always a need. You will always find a need. And I'll speak to this one experience one time. I got a call on Christmas Eve day in the morning from recently retired Colonel Stephen O'Donnell. He's now at the Greater Providence YMCA. He called me up, and he actually, the police station called me up, and they said, "Hello, Mr. DeCastro." I'm like, "Oh, geez.
What happened?
What did I do?" And they said, "Colonel O'Donnell would like to speak to you." And I'm like, "Oh, now I'm in trouble."
That's right.
This is big guy. And he said, "Ben, hey, listen, we found, I guess there was an incident the night before, and one of the officers found an area in the state that kind of got neglected.
Okay.
Not for anybody's fault other than it was just a changeover, and it happens, He said, if you will trust us, we're going to send a few troopers down to you to pick up some toys, and we've got the community organizers. Absolutely. If you can't trust Colonel O'Donnell and the state police, who can you trust?" And again, so it went through the agencies and everything. He came down with his own pickup truck and helped, to transport, because it was getting late in the day. That whole community center that got skipped inadvertently, it wasn't malicious, it just happened, was taken care of, because these guys that are out on the streets, they have the eyes and ears, men and women, and they were able to identify it. So it's done specifically through the Marines. They are the clearinghouse, and the best way to get registered is to contact local churches, local collaborative groups, or the Salvation Army.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. So if you know of a family in need,
Exactly.
that's who you would want to contact.
Absolutely. And encourage them to do it themselves too, because it sometimes it gets a little chaotic if, okay, you're registering for who now and how many it's much easier if the parent goes down there themselves, give them the ride, help them out and help them because let me tell you something, we have some ridiculously generous people in the state of Rhode Island. I can tell you, working all the toy drives, I know of a family in West Warwick that every year they buy 5 keyboards and 5 guitars, brand new in the box with everything ready to go. They buy the extra power pack to go with it, musical keyboards.
Yes.
Because they want to give the gift of music, and they do that every year. They bring it to the Toys for Tots drive that Cardi's does with either B101 or Cat Country 98.1 or all the other radio stations. 94 HJY, Coast 93.3 HJJ. I mean, there's just so many great ways to get involved this holiday season. And listen, folks, it's Thanksgiving Day. I know this episode's going a little long, and maybe we're talking to you while you're sleeping.
Hey, this will be subliminal.
Absolutely. Buy extra toys. Buy a lot of them and give them away.
Thank you.
There you go. Back to sleep with you. All right, as we said in the beginning, everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadiepodcast.com. And you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're posting photos from any of the events that we've talked about or something else that you found, we want to see what you're seeing. So simply tag us in the description or use the hashtag WickedRoadie.
One of the ways that you can give back to this show is by heading on over to patreon.com/wickedroadie. Whether it's $1 a month, $2 a month, or whatever you'd like to give, it helps us keep this show running. So thank you so very much. Another great way is by leaving an iTunes review or by telling a friend. Word of mouth is really how podcasts get out there. So if this show or any of our shows have been useful to you, please just tell a friend to check out Wicked Roadie.
For advertising and sponsorship information, please visit and email us at wickedroadiepodcast@gmail.com.
Until next time, I'm Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro.
And you've been listening to Wicked Roadie. We'll have more for you next Thursday.
Gobble, 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 gobble.